Hi everybody, so I'm here today with a Chanel Part 1 holiday release. So I've picked up this gorgeous quad. These cool tones are screaming my name, and it's so good to have some cool tones that we can actually try because we don't get enough of these. So I'm really excited to try this. I'm going to try two different looks for this to see if I can get two separate looks from it. I've also picked up one of the two new shades released in the Rouge LAQUE, is that what it's called? The Rouge Allure LAQUE Ultrawear Shine Liquid Lip colour. So this colour is Nebuleuse, I believe. So I'm going to try these two together. So I'm really excited to see how these two are going to work on me. This is the one I've been most excited about with this Chanel launch, I really have. So anyway, I absolutely can't wait to start with these. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I would be delighted if you did subscribe to my channel. Lots of people, in fact, 50% of my viewers don't subscribe, they just watch without subscribing. And if you could subscribe, it's so very helpful to me. So if you could, I'd be ever so grateful, honestly, I really would. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. And my skin tone, as we've sort of hinted at here, I've got cool tones, but they do lean a bit neutral, so I can wear warms. But obviously today we're looking at cool tones, so hopefully they'll work well for me today. And well, you don't need to know anything else. Well, I've got blue eyes. So blue eyes hopefully will go well with that too. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's dive straight into this review. So if anyone has seen my recent update, you'll know that I've got COVID again. This is my third COVID infection and I'm not well at all. So that's why this is such a short video and just showing you these two products. So what I've actually got is I've got the two 9 pans from Chanel as well. So the only way I think I can film for the time being is to break things down into really small sections. I can't, like today, to give you an example of how I'm trying to work, I did my skincare, stopped for a good hour, then I did my base and stopped for a good 2.5 hours, and now I'm in here filming. And when I finish filming, I'll probably do the edit in about 2 hours. I'm just trying to really slow everything down. I'm trying to keep the filming short, the edit short, so that I can still get content out to you. A lot of you have told me not to do anything and you'll still support me, and I truly appreciate that. Honestly, it means a lot to me. My problem is I've worked so hard to try and get myself up in this algorithm on YouTube, which is so tricky. And when you stop uploading, you just get pushed right down, and it's like trying to climb back up again. So without making myself too ill and making myself fall backwards with my health, I want to try to plod along, but in a way that works for me. So I do hope that you all appreciate that and understand. I've just realised that I had my charger in the camera as I was doing that, which might have been causing a buzzing with the mic. I don't know if it was, but if it was, I've just taken it out. So hopefully that's resolved that issue if that was happening. I'm also, if you know me, facing a lot of lighting issues. In fact, the camera is moving a bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. So I'm fiddling around with a lot of things and it's all a little bit overwhelming right now. I have to be honest, but there's still makeup to be reviewed. There's a channel to keep going here, and I really want to show you this. So I will do my absolute best to create two different looks for you. I'm going to try and keep myself going with my coffee in this gorgeous mug sent to me by my wonderful friend B. If you're watching B, cheers, and cheers to all of you. So this is the Multi-Effect Quadra eyeshadow in Nuit Astrale. I think it's Astrale, there's no accent on the E, I believe. Anyway, here is my swatch video of this, so here it is. So it does look beautiful. I was thinking of comparing this blue to the other quad from, in fact, let me go and get it, it's going to be easier. ROUGE. Now I was going to say I don't want to do comparisons, I'm trying to keep this brief, but anyway, I've got it now. So here is ROUGE, and it's really the blue I'm looking at here, nothing else. Because if you remember from ROUGE, the blue in ROUGE was just beautiful. And I think from looking at this one today, there's more pigment in ROUGE than there is in this. And ROUGE was more of a shimmery satin. This is more of a glitter. So this is the one in the Nuit Astrale here. And this is the one from ROUGE. So they are definitely different, as I expected. So ROUGE, Nuit Astrale, very different, different formulas, different shades, so it's not the same blue. But certainly with ROUGE it was that gorgeous blue that really drew me to it, and I know it made it popular with a lot of people because of that gorgeous blue. So it's nice to have another pretty blue. I don't know if I'll love it quite as much as ROUGE, I might love it more, who knows. Let's just put it on the eyes and find out, I suppose. So using my Victoria Beckham blender brush, I'm going to go into this one here as my transition sort of crease. I'll zoom you in a bit. I believe this one's described as a taupe mauve. I'm not sure if that's correct, but anyway, I apologise about the noise. I've got both my sons in and out the kitchen cooking at the moment. Oh, that's quite a nice transition shade, isn't it? Beautiful cool tone shade, and it's going on effortlessly. That's a good start. As I would expect from Chanel though, effortless is always the name of the game with Chanel, isn't it? Effortless, easy, not very pigmented. But I'll be very interested to try the 9 pans. Well, I think that they're not pigmented. Let's take a tiny bit more of this, I think. I think that's just about enough. So it's just a gentle wash of colour, really. Very wearable. That'd be very wearable all over the whole lid, I think. So now I'm going to go into this one here, which is like a sort of silvery lilac. There is a hint of lilac. I'm using a flat brush to see what I can get from it, and I'm not wetting the brush, but I do believe a lot more would come from a shade like this if you did. So I'm taking this across the mobile lid. Getting quite a lot off the brush actually, without it being wet. Look at that. Oh, it's really pretty. I'll take some of it on my finger as well, just to see if there's a bit more impact when I apply with a finger, out of curiosity really. Even though I'm quite happy with it, yeah, it's giving a more of a pop look when I put it on with my finger. So if you want more of a pop, a wet brush, or putting some sort of primer down, I would imagine a wet brush or finger are the two best ways to go. Oh yeah, that is pretty. I do really like that. I think I'll take a little bit of that using my Victoria Beckham brush, the dual-ended brush, which by the way I took on holiday, and I just use these two brushes for almost everything. I was ill on holiday. This COVID kicked in on day 3, but I still did a look every day, and then I went and collapsed in bed. But I was determined to do a look every day. I took my eyeshadows with me because for the first time in ages I was able to actually play with eyeshadows instead of working with them. I don't know if I've gone too far then. I just wanted to bring that colour a little bit above. But yeah, I just used these brushes and honestly, they're so good. I love this small end of the dual-ended brush. This is it number 21, yeah. This small end is just so good for this sort of fine blending. I love it, I really love it. Anyway, these two colours together is a look in itself. They are a look in themselves, in itself. So you can see I can't speak. I'm normally bad at speaking, but right now it's really bad. I'm going to take this one here, which is supposed to be like a deeper plum, I believe. Grey plum? I don't know if I've got these written down in the wrong order, because that doesn't look like a grey plum. That one does. Oh, anyway. I'm just going to layer it over here to see if it's going to build any sort of more depth by layering it. I don't know if it's going to make any difference, to be honest with you, but let's just see. But they're working together so beautifully and so easily. You're just going to have no problem with this as usual, and I think this is giving a real party look, you know. A real party look. I really like it. Just a hint of that plum there, but just a hint. So now with the blue for this look, I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and put a pop of it in the very centre. Oh yes. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Do you know what? I think I prefer this to ROUGE because of the colours that are coming with it. This is the ROUGE brother or sister for the winter. That's how I would see this, because Rouge was a stunner, let's be honest. That's the summery blue that you love, or that we all love, if you love blues. Let me take a little bit of this into the inner corner as well, the blue. So I've got my BK Beauty brush here, the 207. Perfect for inner corner. So now for going underneath, I think I'm going to take, no, not that brush, I'm going to continue using the 21 because this is what I did on holiday. I really enjoyed using it. So I'm going to go into this deeper shade. This is the only one that's less sparkly out of all of them. So this one does have a touch of shimmer in it. This one seems to be more satin than shimmer. And I'm going to run this underneath the eye. Oh, okay, so problem. This happened to me before with this. Because it's dual ended, I clean it and I put it into my brush pot and then it doesn't dry and it's still got the alcohol cleaner on, which my eye really did not need. So I will use the sort of slightly similar shaped brush from Sonia G, so another flat brush. And I'll do the same thing. I'm just running that underneath. So it's not a liner. I don't have a liner shade in this, but I do feel that I'm getting enough depth from this so that I'm not really reaching for a liner. And then I will take this one and put that here in that inner section and bring it to meet that blue here. My eye is not happy with me about the alcohol going in it. Anyway, I'm very happy with the look. That is the main thing. So that is my completed look with that side. Really, really, really love that. Beautiful cool toned look. Shall I do the lip now so we can wear the lip a bit longer before I move on to the other look? Let me just finish my coffee. So let's try Nebuleuse on my lips. I have to admit this does look a little bit too dark for me and not a colour I'd normally use. A little bit gothic maybe. What do you think? And I wonder if it's just going to be a bit too gothic for me. It certainly is a sort of cool option to possibly complement this eye look. We won't really know until I've done both eyes. But it's not a colour I'm massively drawn to, even though I think it's really pretty, but I mean not drawn to for my lips. I don't know. Let's just put it on and see. Is quite vampy, isn't it? It's a good Halloween option for me, maybe. It's just making me look more ill than I already am. I have just spent a very long time today putting base makeup on to hide the dark circles under my eyes and everything else that's happening because I'm unwell. And I feel like this shade is just bringing it back a bit. Maybe I need a bit more colour in my cheeks to wear this, but I'm not sure about this colour. You can see the shimmer slightly. I'll zoom you in. What do you think? It's just adding to that ill look, I think. It's not me. But anyway, we'll see how it looks at the end. I think what I will do, today I put on this blush from Dior from their holiday collection. So this is the Rosy Glow Starry Pink. I might pop a little bit of the Fiery Red just to give me a boost on my cheeks because I feel like I might need it today with a black top, cool eyeshadow, cool lip. We need something, I think. So let's just tap a bit of this. I can wear this as long as I'm careful in the way I apply it. In fact, when I went on holiday, this was the blush I took with me. I know a lot of you are often interested to know what I take when I go away, so it'll give you an idea of how much I loved it. This was the one I chose to take. I think that's helping. It's given me a bit more life, isn't it? Which I need right now. So breaking it up when you've got the cool tone eyes and the cool tone lips with a little bit of more, I mean it's not really a massively warm shade, but it is a bit warmer, isn't it? It's giving me that pop of life and a much more real rosy tone like you might get if you've just been out jogging or something. I like that. very glowy. That's the only thing. When I reviewed these, I did say I wouldn't choose to layer one on top of the other because look at the glow. They are very glowy. But anyway, it's given me the colour I was hoping for. I think on this side I've lost a bit of foundation as well because, being the genius that I am in my current state, I managed to film my eye look and my lip look without the camera on. I had to take it all off and put it back on again, and when I reapplied my makeup I think I'd taken foundation off here, and I don't know. I really shouldn't be filming, should I? But anyway, I'm so sorry. Let's go straight into the second look and see what happens. Having already done it, I know exactly where I want to go, so that's one advantage. So I'll take my fluffy brush, and this time I'm starting with this sort of grey lilac, would you call it? So I'm using this instead of the more sort of satin that we used here. Yeah, this one. That's the one I used for this look, which is a bit darker and has more depth. So this one is a bit lighter and it's got more shimmer, so it does show a little bit on the texture of the skin, but not a lot. So it still works quite nicely as a sort of lighter transition out of the sort of shade, but still giving that smoky vibe. The look I'm about to create won't be massively different, but it is different. So what I did next, I'll take the same shade now with my 21 Victoria Beckham brush, the fluffy end, and just run it underneath in a sort of rough, smudged out smoky way there. And then I'll take a flat brush and go into the blue. Now what I was hoping for was a real pop of blue across the lid to concentrate on this blue. And I didn't tap off when I tried this earlier, so I'm not going to again because I didn't need to. So I'm using a brush and I'm using a shimmery shade and I'm not tapping off, and it's not falling down my face. So that's really good because this is probably the most powdery out of all of them. But what I found when I tried this just now, I don't think that this gives me enough blue. It depends what you're looking for really. It's almost like a silvery blue. I was hoping to see the blue a little bit more than I do with this, but that will come out now. I'll show you. So I'll just bring this just slightly above and blend it out with this 21 brush again. So the way I'll bring it out is by taking this lilac shimmer, and watch now when I put it into the centre of the lid, you start to see the blue because they work together. So if I put that all over the lid, which I'm actually tempted to do this time, you know. So this is going over the blue. Then my whole lid should look a lot more blue. And that is what I really like. So that's literally laying two shimmers on top of each other. So the blue first and then the lilac. And then I'm getting the colour I was hoping for. What do you think? Did you like it when it was just a pop in the middle? Or do you like it all over? I love it all over. I think it's really, really pretty. And then I'll take the same shade as my inner corner, and it works really well as inner corner. I did actually put it on this side underneath the brow when I was filming. Well, not filming just now. So I'll leave that side. I won't do under the brow. But this shade works really well for inner corner, and it works well for under the brow. I don't know if I just picked up the blue then, honestly. You've probably given up and stopped watching by now, thinking she's absolutely useless today. And you wouldn't be far wrong. And I will now take my Sonia G flat brush, and this darkest shade, which so far I haven't introduced to this look at all, the one that I used as my transition on this side and underneath, and I'm just going to put it a little bit on the outer section for a bit more depth, but nowhere else. And I'm just going to leave it at that really. I'm not going to go in with a liner. I do think that if you used a dark liner now across the lash line, or a dark powder from a different palette, it would really make that blue pop quite well. But I'm not going to do that today because I just want to show you what you get if you're just using this. And you get enough. I don't feel you need to use anything else, but if you do want to make it pop more with a bit more depth, I would go in with a black liner personally, or a black powder used as a liner, or both, as the case may be. But that is absolutely it. That's how quick and easy that look is. So the only thing really left to do is to just put some mascara on and see the final look. See how I feel about this lip? It's not really, it's too dark on me. I don't know what you're going to say when you watch this back. Are you going to say you like it? It's not giving me a wine stain look, which is what I was thinking, but it's just, I don't know, I need a bit more of a pinky shade maybe, a bit more brightness, especially with the cool tone eyes. But anyway, I will quickly go off camera and hopefully remember to hit record when I come back to show you my final look. So I've gone in with mascara and those are my two final looks. They're not massively different. You're just seeing much more of the blue here. I think this one's the more bright look. It's my favourite look out of the two. And this one's just that little bit more grey and smoky. So you can get a slightly different look with these, but overall you're likely to get something similar. But depending on really whether you layer them the way I have, I suppose. But personally, I wouldn't just stick, well, I'd say personally I wouldn't. I think you could probably do this one all over the lid and this one and this one. It depends on what you prefer. I would play around with layering all of them, to be honest. Just try one as this one as your transition and any of these three across the mobile lid, and then use one of these two as your inner corner and under the brow, and then try layering the shimmers and mixing them up, or just having one of the two lighter ones as that pop in the middle, as I did there with the blue, which I think worked really well. And you saw me do that here with the lilac as that pop in the middle, but then I've taken the lilac across the whole of the blue, which has given it more of a blue. The two fused together and you see the blue much more. I think it's stunning. I love it. I really love it for a wintry look, as a cool tone wintry look. It's beautiful. And my favourite eyeshadow of the summer was from Chanel. We had that gorgeous one, Utopia, wasn't it? Was it Utopia? The Camellia one. Absolutely loved that one. And I can see me wanting to take this one. If I, like when I went on holiday, I took that one with me, the Camellia one. And I think if I was going away for Christmas, which I am actually, I am having a few days away with my husband at Christmas, I can imagine this being one I'd want to grab, because you can achieve that look really quickly, really easily, and it gives you, especially this look for me, it gives you exactly what I'm personally looking for at this time of year, depending on what you're wearing, obviously, but beautiful. And it's nice to have something that's for cool tone lovers or people with cool tones that can't wear these warmer shades, which we've had so many of. We've had so many golds. So we have a gold-free eyeshadow quad and it's beautiful. I really love it. So apologies for my uselessness throughout this video, and I'll apologise in advance for the upcoming videos being in the same sort of standard of confusion. But I'm just doing my best to keep my channel going, to keep you all in touch and to keep showing you the releases I have. They're just going to come out slowly in little bits with lots of confusion dripped in between. So just preparing you there. Please don't run away whilst I'm still in this state, but I will now just switch the camera off and maybe edit even tomorrow because I just feel exhausted. But this is the best way for me to do it, and I hope that it's still been helpful. And I'd love to know, did you pick up this quad? And if you did, are you enjoying it, or is it on your wish list? Have you been able to get hold of it? I know it's sold out very fast in the US and it's been really tricky to get hold of stock. So the minute this launched in the UK, I snatched it up. So have you been able to get it, or are you trying to get it? Whatever's happening in your life with this quad, whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear them. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, I'd be delighted if you did subscribe. But if you already are, you're at the end of another review, and I really do appreciate you all for being here. And I hope to see you again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.